The Clinic by Paul G. Brett. Lucy, calm down. Your mind's in overdrive, and please keep your voice down. It's never going to get that far. You must trust me. Now look, I've got to get back to work. Can I see your laboratory while I'm here? I'm afraid not. It's all infected control. I'll have to go through the routine when I go back in and put on protective kit. Now please go home. We can discuss this more when I get in this evening. With that, I had to leave. The girl in reception looked disapprovingly at me as I went out. In something of a rage, I pulled the door to behind me and stormed off down the street. As I went back on the tube, I turned it all over in my mind. I'd seen an article in the paper saying that something called cloning was illegal. What was cloning, and was Hugo into that as well? It was almost too much to think about. And if he was breaking the law, what would happen if it got discovered? Would he end up in prison? And Papa, I'd be so ashamed that his daughter had married a criminal. I tried to mop up the tears with a hanky, but it was no use. They kept on flowing. People on the tube looked sympathetic at me, but didn't interfere. Putting the key in the lock, I suddenly had another idea. I'd seen if I could find that article again. I seen it in one of the papers last winter, or about then. I couldn't remember exactly, and I'd cut it out. I don't know why I did that. It just seems interesting at the time. I used to keep newspaper cuttings and postcards and theatre tickets and programs and things like that in the drawer in my little desk. Taking off my coat, I switched the kettle on to make a cup of tea. The Clinic by Paul G. Brett. Hope you enjoy it. Please sub me if you like it.